Hello, everyone. This is Eoin Colfer, and I'm here with my collaborator, the internationally handsome composer, Mr.
Hi,
Liam.
this is Liam here, the composer.
And we are doing a little video or to go with our video of pandemic academic. And I have a question for you, Liam.
Yep.
I know working with me is usually a dream come true but how is it different this time in the pandemic? Was there any real difference?
Well, generally, working in the pandemic has been better for me. Really, it's been the best thing ever because it means that nobody comes to my house. I can get on with it. For a little while, it was getting used to because my kids were home from school, so it was about getting used to them being in my space.
But you're actually using the kids now, aren't you? I know, like child exploitation.
As much as possible, whether doing demos, acting things out, serving me food constantly, that sort of thing.
Nice.
No, sorry, I've actually enjoyed having them being home. It's been quite a special time. But
yeah.
No, generally things are pretty, apart from not being able to get out into studios and work with lovely players and orchestras, in terms of writing music is exactly the same. So.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing I did miss, that having written this song, we would have probably met up with Aileen and Vico and kind of all been in the room for the recording of the video.
We would have tried it out. There's always that song or piece of music in your head, but when you actually get into a real room with real singers and real players, it can transform itself. So we didn't really have that.
No, but I think it was thanks to Vico, the director, and Aileen, that it did turn out really well.
So Vico took our vision. Owen, just tell us briefly how the idea came to you initially for a song like this.
Well, when the Irish Arts Centre asked me to kind of respond artistically to the pandemic and working from home and such, I always like to turn that stuff inwards and see what my personal shortcomings were and trying to make that into something humorous, because I felt maybe a little bit of humor might be called for in the middle of the lineup. And I realized that
it's meant to be funny.
Well, I didn't tell you that. It is actually. One person has laughed. So of the three people that have seen it, that's 33% success. But when our kids came home, and I don't know if you've felt this, but when the kids came home from school, they needed help. And I wasn't really able to help myself. He's like 17, and he was saying, "What's an integer?" And I was like, "I don't know. Is it like a small Volvo?" I don't know.
Was he actually even asking you?
Well, he did once, I think, or twice. It was kind of and I think it was really an effort to embarrass me. But the point is that I'd been presenting myself for many years as like a good student and saying,
were you a school teacher at one point? I seem to remember.
I was. Small kids.
That's funny, isn't it?
Small kids, no big kids. So I can do, like, if it's reading age to level, to 5 years old.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Or 3 times addition tables. That's fine. But anything more than that. So I was kind of rumbled very quickly, and then from talking to my friends, I realized a lot of them were also rumbled.
Yeah.
And we were kind of pandemic academics, and that was the phrase that stuck with me. And that's kind of what went back to you, this phrase, pandemic academic, and some lyrics. And then what was your thought on receiving this latest crazy project?
Well, I love the label pandemic academic. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, because we'd all love to. Here's one of my sons now here actually.
There he is.
You're being filmed now for an interview.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Ian, so how are you? Thanks for the video work.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's good.
Fun. And the little promo beforehand, where you were actually playing yourself.
You were on the.
Oh yeah.
You were trying it out.
Yeah.
Without the beanie, but I recognized you.
Thanks. Yeah.
So the complete academic that of course I wasn't, like yourself, like all of us really. And then musically, of course, Irish country being so much part of our heritage here. Yeah. In a sense, to sort of reach out to, or to have a vehicle to where everyone could express the same frustration that they were having. Country music seems to be the perfect vehicle.
Yeah. It's an easy vehicle to kind of hop on. If you're listening to it for the first time, it's not too complex to get on board with. by the second
No.
verse, you're kind of, oh, okay, and you can hum along. So
a chorus that everyone can join in with, you know.
And of course, Aileen Mythen, our actress, was fantastic, and she ended up doing 9 separate parts, like a one-woman Brady Bunch. And did you have?
People may not realize that because she's so good, but it was, of course, the one actress doing all 9.
Of those 9, did you have someone that kind of you? Really...
I did. I loved the mother. I think she was on the bottom right of the screen. Yeah. And she just was sitting at the kitchen table and she didn't have a clue what was going on. She was trying to sort of figure out how to put a mask on, and that wasn't even working.
So know what was going
she
on.
Was lovely.
You just spent the whole video frustrated. So,
yeah.
I kind of like that. And a lot of that was Aileen's own invention. Of course, Vico suggested it to her.
Yeah. It was actually because we had none of that in our heads, of course. Yeah. And then Vico coming in and he took one listen to the song and straight away had a great idea about all these different characters.
And how did you build up the track? Was that all on the computer, or did you pick up?
No, that was live guitar. That was harmonica. Aileen, of course, singing herself.
Yeah.
No, 2 guitars overdubbed, and because we had to do the whole thing in here, we had to do it sort of with a bit of separation between us all.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get other guitarists in, so we'll put the guitar on ourselves and a bit of piano, and that's it. It's very straightforward, so it was very doable, and a lot of fun out of the end of it too. So.
I think for the viewer at home, that's what happened, and we actually do a lot of work like this, but then usually we meet up at the end. So that is the story of our video, Pandemic Academic, and here it is, and we really hope you enjoy it and stay strong and wash your hands.
Thanks everyone.